Please talk amongst yourselves while I tweet this out.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. That means don't say anything about beep. Make sure you're not mentioning beep. And if you need to say anything about beep, just beep yourself. All right, so let's make it happen.
What he said.
Word up. How's everybody feeling, man?
We here.
I'm chilling, dog.
Yeah, do I feel present? I'm here right now, you know?
I feel good.
In the wise words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so y'all won't find me, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I actually enjoy being here.
This guy's good. Agreed.
This guy's good. All right, peace to everybody that's tuning in. It's the Ringside Club, man. A lot of predictions going on. We're live everywhere. Instagram. Nah, we're not live on Instagram. Pardon. Live on Twitter. That's what that social media network is. Peace to Twitter. Peace to Twitch. Peace to YouTube. You know what time it is. It's the show before the show, otherwise known as Survey Time. So, fellas, this week the survey question that is going to go around the ring is as follows. Impact Wrestling. They have pillars just like everybody else has pillars. New Japan, AEW, WWE, everybody has pillars. But Impact Wrestling, who are the pillars of Impact Wrestling? Wrong answers only. I, myself, and Irene, I'm going to go with Tony Khan. Ron, what say you?
I'm going to go with my favorite guy in the whole entire world, Tommy Dreamer.
The hardcore legend himself, innovative vibe.
And turn our DMs.
All right, I'll say Joker Sting.
It's showtime.
With I'm gonna go with Chuck Liddell.
Jesus Christ.
It's wrong answers only.
And that's damn sure a wrong answer. This is the start of the show.
Peace to the gods, the Ringside Club Pod. My name is A.O. Say you're around the dawn. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fave is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the beam, you fly, burn the ball down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside Club, intro to the squad as the show starts.
Peace. Of course to the guys, of course, peace to the earths.
Yo.
Scallywags and all of the above. We're here, in the flesh, in the building. It's the mightiest of the mighty. Pardon the feedback wherever it's coming from, but we are the Ringside Club. Coming to you live, broadcasting live every Thursday night, 9:05 live sometimes from the Empire Tri-State. Everywhere, including YouTube, broadcasting live on Twitter, broadcasting live on Twitch. What's up, fellas? A lot of things going on in the world of pro wrestling. I'm just happy to be here, man.
Same here, man.
Good week of wrestling, my guys. Good week of wrestling.
Good week.
Absolutely. A good week of wrestling, a good weekend of wrestling coming up. A lot happening. But before we get into the topics this week, send a cheers out to everybody out there. Salute to you and yours. Hope you're in good health. If you are tuned in, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here, so I appreciate that. But for those that aren't or may not know what the Ringside Club is, you can find all information, everything you need to know at theringsideclub.com. As previously mentioned, we broadcast live every Thursday. We're on air, but if you want to catch us on demand, you catch the video over there on YouTube. The audio, of course, is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. You can subscribe. It's not going to cost you anything but your time. This is my favorite podcast. It's soon to be yours. And with that being said, I feel it's no better time than the present to introduce the fellas right after I introduce myself, man. My name is A.O. See this hat right here? It stands for Part of My Fresh. You can head to partofmyfresh.com to pick up more of these, plus shirts like this, Ringside Club merch. Listen, man, the price of the brick is going up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. For those that know, no. With that being said, I'll pass it to my mans and them.
Hey, who are you? Let me introduce you to the other Don. Don.
Yes, sir. You know who it is? Ron the Don, a.k.a. the Chocolate Don Dada. You know what it is.
Okay.
You see the coffee. You see the hat. You see the shirt. PMF, RSC. We in the building. I'll pass it off to Quailman Boog.
The defending champ.
The champ is here. Boom, 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 boom.
Like what you did.
It's your boy Blaine Boogie, a.k.a. Andre 5000, 5-time pay-per-view predictions champ. And like they said, it was a good week of wrestling. I'm happy to be here. We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot to predict. And because this New Japan shit really ain't my bag, I might have spoke too soon about not dropping the title. But it is what it is, and we're going to have fun tonight. So, Chad, what the fuck you got for us, baby?
Adrenaline in my soul.
What up? Let me clear my throat one time. It's Young Godiva himself, CHADLAW, Chad Law in the spot right now. I had to get the streaming right. I was trying to do it off the laptop and the microphone so I could sound professional like the rest of everyone else. But you know what? My iPhone 14 quality is just so goddamn immaculate. You gotta just use it. You know what I mean? See the lighting. You see the TV title right here. This bad boy right here is getting defended. Forbidden Door. But it ain't getting defended on the RSC, that's for sure. Let them know. Longest reigning, longest non-defending. It's your boy, Young Godiva himself.
Yeah, clearly the Roman Reigns of the podcast. He may or may not come to work. You know how that shit go. Word up.
Word.
PTO Chad.
PTO chat is crazy.
About to be champ after Sunday. I'll tell you that. What, fellas? It'll be champ.
I don't know.
We
It'll be
shall
champ.
see. That remains to be seen. Listen, everybody that's tuned in knows that we usually do news, but fuck it. We're not doing news today. We're getting right to the shits.
You're right.
You'll have a prepped and a cooked, Mr. Law.
All right, our prepped and cooked segment. For those of you that are tuned in for the first time at the RSC, the prepped and cooked segment is my usual segment, you know what I mean, where I let people know that certain wrestlers are being prepped for what could be greatness, and some are being prepared to be cooked. And that means they will not be used anytime soon. Their expiration date will be coming up shortly, a la Dana Brooke, if it hasn't already, Natalya, Dolph Ziggler. There's certain wrestlers that might be getting to that point. And I'll start with our prep. First up, it's going to be Taya Valkyrie this week. Another loss to Taya Valkyrie's AEW record. It's officially been put. Yes, this match with Chris Statlander was really good. I will say that. Chris Statlander is regrowing on me. You know what I'm saying? Finally, we're seeing some quality going on here in the TBS title division, TNT title division for the women. You know what I mean? We're seeing actual matches happen, so I'll give it to you. But Taya Valkyrie came here with a purpose, and currently she has just not had much of a purpose other than taking L's. So she's getting prepped. You know what I'm saying? She's a couple good wins away. There's no more dark. There's no more elevation. So for now, we're just going to see her on Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, and hopefully she'll be able to pick up some wins there. But for now, she's being prepped. I ain't saying she's cooked yet. Maybe Johnny Elite will save her. Who knows? That remains to be seen. My fellas, what say you on that one?
Johnny last name.
Johnny last name. I heard it was going to be Johnny Television.
Oh, man.
Johnny
TV.
Elite. It's Johnny Elite.
I don't have any argument with that. Like,
Yeah. There we go.
She's not won any big matches.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah,
I think she's an impressive wrestler. I just don't know if now was the time. There's just so much going on that there's not really a focus. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, in that sense, I think she came in and played exactly what her part is supposed to be.
Oh,
like,
she did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Right, she did what
Yeah.
she was supposed
She
to be.
did.
So
I agree.
in that sense, she played her role. It's just like from a character standpoint. Now that you've lost the match against Jade, and then you've lost the match after being upset that you were skipped in line, I guess. You've lost the match against the current TBS champion. now we need to see like what's the build, what's the rebuild, what's your strategy, what you gonna do, who you gonna align yourself with, what are you gonna do, what's the next moment for you to actually get your name back where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I ain't gonna argument there for sure.
Question: didn't she take on Chris Statlander twice in the last 2-3 weeks? Or I think I could be wrong.
Nah, I think it was just the one that I can remember. I think it was just last night. I think it was just last night.
I think she had a match before that, but she won that. But I mean, it was kind of meaningless. So yeah.
Even if she did, like she lost the one that mattered. You know what I'm saying? After complaining that Statlander came back and took advantage of a beaten down Jade, she still lost the match to a fresh Statlander. So back to the lab you go.
Out of here.
Or back to the drawing board.
Now my cooked for this week. The charisma vacuum herself, Raquel Gonzalez. Watching her match with Trish Stratus has just put it over the top that, wow, I really can't believe Raquel Gonzalez went from where she was in NXT to here on Raw just smiling up and taking L's and looking horrible as she does it. But you know what's even crazier? The fact that I actually didn't realize that there's a lot of other failed gimmicks that just didn't make it into the main roster really well. We'll get into that further on into the show after the predictions. But I want to just say this week that Raquel Gonzalez is going to continue to be cooked until her next strange bedfellow partner pops up. I don't know what woman is available right now. Shotzi maybe, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to get Raquel Gonzalez and Rhea Ripley at some point. But right now, the road for Raquel Gonzalez to get to Rhea Ripley looks like a joke. So, fellas, what say you?
I'll say this: it's unfortunately she took that loss on Monday due to Becky Lynch. But I'm hoping because of how Becky Lynch cost her the match, hopefully they'll get Raquel into that NXT booking bag, like how she was doing. Hopefully she just beats the break off Becky Lynch. She stop smiling and just get serious, and maybe they'll start something from there and see from there. So I can't argue with you, Chad, because ever since she came to the main roster, it's like I think I said this before. It's like they should have kept booking her like she did in NXT. Like she was great in NXT. Then when she got to the main roster, it was like they just put her into tag team after tag team and just smiling up a storm. And I was like, that's not how you were. And I think you're just better off as a heel. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happened.
I just feel like it's gonna take, just like in real life, like some kind of traumatic event or some kind of bookend or bookmark event that's gonna cause a complete turn of character to really make her be credible. Because just like with any other character we've seen before, when it doesn't work, that's what you got to do. Whether you shave their head or you do this or you do that. And I'm not saying we shave Raquel's head. I'm just saying like
do it, shave it.
We need something
Get
drastic to happen.
Let her get the balding.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we need something drastic to happen for the fans to buy into it, the fans to be excited about it. And what better time than any time to do that with someone? I don't think you should ever wait when, unless there really is cause to have somebody kind of chill out and not be on your TV for a little while. If it's needed, do it. I think it's needed. So, hey, who am I?
Okay.
All right. Hey, yo.
Facts. Oh, ain't no disagreement there. Ain't no disagreement there. I feel like it was either the show with you and I, Chad, or the show with you and I, Bug. It was definitely one of them two-men shows. But somehow this came up. Because I remember speaking about it, and it was pretty much the same thing. It was like the character I saw her as in NXT was right in line with what I saw from Bianca Belair and from Rhea Ripley. That same build, the intensity, looks like I can beat everybody up on the women's division and in the men's division. And since she's gotten there, that's just been the opposite of how she's been booked. She's booked like just, I'm happy to be here. And anybody, like I said earlier, I'm happy to be here because this is our shit and we're building it. But when you're just happy to be here on the roster, that ain't a good sign. And that's the character that she's given.
You're a run to the store guy. When you're just happy to be here, you're a run to the store guy. You ain't nobody. You're just like, yo, go get that for me. You know what I mean? You ain't nobody special. So we want to see something happen for these people.
Yeah, I want to see, I believe that the talent is definitely there. You know what I'm saying? And the attitude and the character and the vibe was there when she was in NXT and she was a focal point. So, that tag team division has been iffy. You know what I'm saying? And she's had random tag team partners, but I think this would be as good a time as any to rebrand her as somebody that's a force to be reckoned with in the singles division for sure.
Word.
Word, man.
Prepped and
Respect
cooked,
your
y'all.
take.
We'll see you
Word
next
up.
week.
Word up.
Word.
All right, man. Let's get into it. We have Forbidden Door.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Excited for this.
Forbidden
Card looks
Door.
alright. Tough card to predict, but nonetheless very interesting.
Facts. All right, cool. So let me pull this up on my second screen, and let's get right into the predictions. The big belt is on the line.
Yeah. Listen, guys, this is the shakiest I think I'll ever be in this ring. So we'll see what happens. But if I win,
Shorty
just
on the
know
way.
it's by 100% luck, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how I rock with these New Japan shows.
I honestly don't think. I don't know. We'll get into it. I honestly think we should maybe save these first two for last because we might be able to breeze through a good chunk of the rest of these. So
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, let's start on match number 3 on this table. We have the IWGP. It's crazy to say. Let's start at the
third card
the
match
less
on the card.
one of the less important matches as compared to the two matches up ahead. But IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line: Sonata versus Jungle Boy Jack Purr. Sonata was talking shit earlier on. I think Japanese media. There was some kind of interview that he did where he was talking about he doesn't even know who Jungle Boy is.
Oh shit!
I have no reason to believe that Jack Perry is beating Sonata, so I'm going with Sonata for sure.
No word.
What's the order we going? Going to the left?
I think we could just call it. If you want, if we all want to take turns narrating it, you could do this match at AO, and we'll just go round robin. But yeah, it looks like it's Sonata across the board for all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm with Sonata. I can't see Jungle Boy picking this up right now.
If you just want to go in the order we normally go in,
Yeah,
Ron,
we
you
do
can
that.
pick the next one, and then me, and then Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the
That's
next
number
match?
4.
That's number 4. So it's
MJF and Tanahashi.
MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Championship. As you see on the screen, I got MJF taking this.
I think the only one that didn't put their pick in is AO, so he'd just have to fill us in.
Yeah, I fill mine in. I'll just go by whatever I say here. You know how I do. Recorded, that's the that's the pick. If you record it, you say it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was just about to say that MJF has been dodging this man, but I think he's gonna get a dirty finish on this one with the ring or something insane. So yeah, I see him keeping that belt.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bottom line with both of the world championships is these are matches. These are going to be great matches. Like Tanahashi is beat the fuck up. Like he's weathered. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Right.
But
Man,
he's
man,
also,
proud.
yeah. But he's pretty much like he's been the ace up until Okada's run. I don't know the exact details, but there's been all kind of talk for the most part that Tanahashi is one of the reasons that New Japan is in the position that it's in right now, as far as being a prominent promotion. So, but that's what that match is. This is the name Tanahashi versus the current champion MJF. So it'll be a good match, but definitely MJF is taking the win by hook or by crook for sure.
And that's who you have. Okay, so we all have
Yeah.
MJF. I think we could agree on that. I also
Yeah,
just
okay,
had
MJF.
had kind of a thought. MJF has been surprisingly good wrestling as well, not just talking shit. He's also surprisingly good wrestling, and I think we've gotten enough of his exhibitions of wrestling and what he can and can't do with actual professional wrestling moves, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think any of us would really be surprised that he has a good match with Tanahashi. I think we'd all be surprised if he has a clean, good match with Tanahashi, which
Bingo.
would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that. Yeah,
We'll see
This is
Yeah.
all for MJF to say that he had the best match at Forbidden Door.
yeah,
To add to the list of the best matches that MJF has.
For
Self-proclaimed. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
just had
yeah,
the
just another
single
one.
best eliminator match of all time last week. So now
right.
he's going to have an all-time classic with Tanahashi. So it's only going to
For sure.
align. Kayfabe only.
For
You
the
know what
next
I-
one,
You know,
go ahead, my
before,
bad.
before I pass book, what I also like is we're seeing very obviously with the Adam Cole back and forth the last few weeks, we're seeing the character trait that is very easy to sucker MJF just by attacking his ego. Right? He didn't
Yes.
want to have the match with Adam Cole. He got suckered into that. And it ended up being a classic match that he can brag about not losing.
The only
but
thing you can do with a balloon that's inflated that much is pop it.
Bingo. And that's the same way what we saw last night. He said, I'm not going to show up. Adam Cole suckered him in, you know what I'm saying? So that's something to keep in the back of your mind that, like, at some point he's going to be suckered into something else and it might cost him the title.
This is a funny pairing. I'm cool with Adam Cole MJF pairing up for the summer because actually this works as a way to get out of what they gave us last week, which is the match, which is pretty much an all-out pay-per-view main event. You know what I'm saying? For free on TV with a fucking undecisive winner. So I
Man,
think
Punk just called Max's title reign into question. That's happening sooner than it's not.
This is going to get tricky.
There. Yeah.
This is the intrigue that the AEW World Heavyweight Championship picture needed right now because it's an interesting place to put Adam Cole, CM Punk.
I forgot Homeboy's name because I honestly, and I mean that very respectfully. I don't mean Homeboy like I'm trying to stun or belittle. But is his last name Washington, the dude that just got hired for AEW? That's
Will Washington.
Bro, he is fucking killing it, man. Congratulations to you doing what you're doing right now, man, because I could see a difference. Yeah. Which leads to this next match, which would normally bore the shit out of me, but for some reason I'm interested in it. We have our 6-man tag team match, which is the who calls it Jim Cornette, this fucking crazy bastard, calls them the Jericho Appreciators. So we have Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki, who is the interesting wrench in this one, versus Sting, Darby Allin, and To Be Determined. So I think aside from AO, we all went with, I call them Team Face Paint Emo, but we all went with Sting and Darby Allin and whoever this third person's going to be. It would be dope if for whatever reason Mick Foley wasn't half dead and he came out to be the third, because that would be just a storybook. But that would be such an amazing situation. It would never happen, but imagine just, kayfabe, you know what I'm saying? Throw yourself into that world. If we had that ability to have Cactus Jack as their partner in today's day and age, that would be absolutely ridiculous. All right, anyway.
Y'all think it will be Muta?
No, it's not. Nah. I think it's going to be Tetsuya Naito. Because
definitely going to be somebody from New Japan. But
I knew AO. AO had this already. AO wrote this down immediately. He was like, "I know this was going to be."
It's going to be. First of all, I'm going the same. There's no reason Sting, Darby Allin, and anybody that hasn't been announced yet is going to lose. There's no reason. So I'm same pick. But it's going to be Naito, and the reason is, who is it? Either Sting was Darby. It was Darby that said you've made a lot of enemies in a lot of places. When Jericho was having his matches in New Japan, he had a big feud and a big match with Tetsuya Naito. I think it was an unsanctioned match. They beat the shit out of each other. Like, they attacked each other at press conferences and all of that. Like, his first match in AEW was against Kenny Omega. I mean, excuse me, in New Japan was against Kenny Omega. What the biggest business that New Japan had done, at least for their streaming service, to that point. But Omega's in a match, so that's not an enemy that you can have a match with. Naito makes the most sense. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like, Naito, like, for those that don't know, the Los Ingobernables de Japón is what we know as LFI over here, Los Facción Ingobernables. Yep. So that's Rush, that's Andrade. They all connected because New Japan does some shit called excursions. So all of their young talent, their young boys, the people that are coming up and learning, they send them all over the world to learn.
Side missions.
Exactly. And Naito pretty much cut his teeth over in Mexico. And that's how, when he came back, he was, ingobernable and chill and everything is, tranquilo and all that shit. But that's his crew. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's an enemy. So, yeah, that's what that story is. I think it's going to be Naito. I saw a lot of people talking.
You agree
Goldberg.
It's Sting and Darby and their team going over, right? Okay.
Sting ain't taking a loss until he retires.
So far, we all have
got
the exact
Goldberg
same
in there. Goldberg at Forbidden Door is not it, actually.
Yeah, I saw some people saying Goldberg.
Said that?
It was just chit chat on Twitter.
Right.
Goldberg at Forbidden Door is the last place you want to have Goldberg. That in a crowd like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's saving
Canada,
for Wembley if you're gonna do anything.
But it's like,
it get a pop.
You can take the next one away,
Can't
Goldberg
Chad.
get a major.
and Okada on the same lineup. Yo, our group chat's gonna implode from laughter.
Nah, word.
The internet's gonna combust if Bill Goldberg, Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega, and MJF are all
Dog,
mentioned.
what
in the
what we're
same
watching, what we're watching in real time is Tony Khan playing with action figures, bro.
Yes.
That's what we're watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like some nightmare I wake up from where Forged in Fire was on TV at the same time wrestling was, and they somehow merged together. But whatever. Anyway. Chad, you got the next one. Talk about the 10 man.
I can't even read it. It's
Shit.
I'll read it
fucking
out.
minuscule.
All right, so
Yeah.
next match, number 6 on this this table, we have a 10-man tag team match, 5-5. Blackpool
not
Combat
kidding.
Club, which is Mox, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. They team up with Takeshita and Shota Umino, which again, for those that may not know, that is John Moxley's young boy over in New Japan. So this goes back for quite some time. The 5 of them team up against the Elite. That's Hangman Page, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, plus Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii. This is a little bit harder.
It's a sleeper.
Yeah, this is, but
Spot fest, but it'll be a sleeper.
I'm gonna go honestly with the Elite taking this one.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go with the Elite taking this one.
No, never mind. Oh no, wait. Did I pick? Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, you
Never mind,
picked the
I'm not even up.
BC.
You picked the BCC.
Oh nah, fuck that. Scratch that. Get that out of here. Let me get the Elite. My pick makes sense now. My pick is starting to register now. Once you ran that lineup down, I'm like, oh, Wheeler Useless and another guy from Japan that's a young boy. Someone's definitely taking a pick.
Chad is 100% a Cornette fan. He called them useless. All right, let's go.
Definitely.
I got the Elite up to. I don't want to, but I do. So it just is what it is.
So I picked the Elite, Kingston, and Ishii. My pick is based off the fact that I think BCC won the last time they went against each other. So
They need a win. The Elite
They didn't win, did they? The Elite won. The Elite won the last match. That's why I picked BCC, to be honest. But
I thought
that lineup
BCC
don't look promising.
BCC won at what's her face? The last pay-per-view then.
They won the Stadium Stampede match you're talking about.
Right, I think they won the Stadium Stampede.
And then the 6-man, the Hung Bucks Paws won they won the 6-man on Dynamite because they pinned Useless.
Okay, word. Well, I'm still gonna stay
You
with the
can't
Elite.
get that off, yo.
And first of all, and shout out to Ayo for pronouncing these Japanese names.
Shout out to my man Ayo, yo.
flawlessly. Like,
When we
because I
get
would've
to
butchered a few.
motherfucking Japan, yo,
Ayo got his
Ayo is
dual
gonna be-
citizenship.
He's gonna be
Yo.
our translator like that ass. Like you won't even need a dictionary like the.
Nah, he does it with like respect. I
Yo,
I
that's a
have no
fact.
way. I would literally be afraid to do it, and I don't want to disrespect anyone. I was that kid in Italian class that like,
Dog.
nah, don't ask me, teacher. I'm good.
Man,
All
you see
you
what I'm
gotta
saying
do,
that
man,
shit.
is just
Fuck
tap
outta
in a couple extra sessions, man. Y'all pick up. I am no expert.
Basically, say get hooked on phonics for Japanese people. Like
Ayo gonna have a geisha on ready
just
to go.
sound it out. Like just sound it out. That's it.
Here he
Yo,
goes.
Ayo with a headband, a geisha, and a sword is mad funny, son.
Damn, son.
Imagine if you grow the beard more and put it like in a ponytail, like into like a little tie.
Yo,
Like that would
leave
look
Ayo alone.
insane. And he just bowing.
Yo, fun fact.
Ayo.
Fun fact. You know, like Ayo, it means blue in Japanese.
Yo, I
Of
know.
course- of course
I
it
know
does.
that's funny enough.
Yeah, it's pronounced Al.
I've known
Yo,
you for
free
years. I
Ayo,
didn't even
man.
know that. Man, see,
Yo,
this is-
we
There's
had a
whiskey named after
federation.
that shit.
Ayo's got his gimmick already made, and I'm jealous.
I'm
Ayo,
going to excursion. I'm going on excursion to Japan. I'm coming back.
He's a
strong.
Japanese man.
strong
He's
style.
Ayo blue.
Ayo Ishii. He gonna
Big
come back
strong style energy over here. Pause to the eighth
Yo,
degree.
take this next match,
and-
Ron.
Yo,
Yeah, heard.
Ooh,
right, let's
get to
let's
it.
keep
run
it
that
moving.
next one.
Yeah,
Hell of a
Ron,
segue.
Introduce this next match, Ron.
what's the next? Okay,
We're on the Owen Hart.
Okay, word. So next match is the Owen Hart Cup tournament. First round
Satoshi
match.
Kojima. Satoshi
Oh,
Kojima.
thank you. See, because I was gonna butcher that. What he said versus CM Punk. And I got CM Punk. Punk just came back. He's gonna go on a little run, and I think
Yep.
he may make it to the semifinal or he's gonna make it to the final. I can't call who's gonna win this yet. I haven't really.
CM Punk winning is hysterical.
Yeah, right. That's why I can't call it. I'm like, he's gonna go so far, but I'm like, okay.
It's gonna
Y'all
come
not gonna
down to
say Ricky
CM. It's
Starks?
gonna come down to CM Punk versus Dax.
Nah, it's CM Punk and Starks in the finals potentially, and y'all are not gonna agree
Punk
that
and
Starks will
Hobbs.
be. Uh, yeah. If
Punk
it's
and
Starks,
Hobbs.
y'all not
I
gonna
can't
say he
call it.
cooked. If he loses to, if he beats Starks, y'all not gonna agree that Ricky Starks is really getting cooked. Like, come on, guys.
No, you
No,
might be
because
right.
see, this is the
All right, all
problem.
right,
This
all
is
right,
the
all right.
problem, bro. Because if
All
Hobbs
right.
loses, you're gonna say he's cooked. If Starks loses, you're
You're
gonna
right.
say he's cooked.
You're right. You're right. If
Somebody gotta
if
lose.
all right, if Hobbs loses, he's cooked. If Starks loses, he's prepped. There we go.
Word, no doubt.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Mm.
Uh, Kojima's a legend, right? Kojima is an absolute legend. A lot of people weren't necessarily like super familiar with him because he's not one of the big like A-list. I can't even say he's not a big A-list name, but he's not one of the guys that's put out into the forefront right now. But he's 50-something years old, but he's a legend, and he hits hard as hell. So this is going to be a good match as long as the two of them like have enough time to beat the shit out of each other. That's what this match is pretty much going to be. That's what you look out for. But there's like Kojima's one of the most decorated dudes, point blank period. He's a legend. But the fact that this was part of the tournament, and here's something interesting. Before we even get into a little bit of tournament talk, a lot of people were clamoring, and there was talk about a GTS versus GTS match as far as Punk versus Kenta. And the scuttlebutt and the word on the street and the rumor, shall we say, is that Kenta said, fuck that. Interesting to me because I don't blame him. You got a guy who's taking your move, right? GTS was invented by Kenta, and sidebar, so was the knee that Bryan Danielson, that Busaiku knee. That's a Kenta move also. He at least popularized that, but he invented the GTS. But, like, Punk just came back. He's not losing anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? He might lose in the finals of this tournament, but he's not losing in the opening round on a mid-card match at Forbidden Door. So Kenta's saying, nah, I'm not doing that. Because you got to figure, like, he would have lost to his own move against the guy that stole it. Fuck that. But
I agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I
it ain't
I
gonna
saw
happen.
Kenta. He was talking about it. He was talking a lot on Twitter, and I
yeah,
actually was like, that's actually a big deal match that I would not give away in the first round of the Owen Hart
that's
tournament.
the other part.
On
That's the other part.
fucking Forbidden Door match 5 after niggas is gassed from the BCC and fucking
That's the
the
other
open
part.
match.
Because you got to figure, like, with the firepower with the two, I guess, double main events that we'll talk about at the end of this prediction shit, like, there's so many matches that can get lost if they're not either given the amount of time or the platform or whatever the case. And Kenta versus Punk, although both of them, I wouldn't say that they're in their prime, that is a big deal match if
Fam,
it happens.
That's Forbidden Door 3. If like
Yeah,
by Forbidden Door 3, they should have. If Punk is still
squared that
injury
away.
free and he's good, like they
Right.
should have. They'll figure this out a year from now.
Word.
I
Word.
think so.
Next match, we got the four-way match between Orange Cassidy, Zack Sabre Jr. I'm gonna introduce AO for this one.
Katsuyori
Our
Shibata.
resident.
Easy.
Shibata, I got that part. That's very similar to a bread that I really like. And then we have Daniel Garcia. I'm not gonna lie, my pick, I wrote it in here. I said Tony Khan booking tells me Danny Garcia would win this match just
I
to
hate
weirdly
that.
pull
I
us all
hate
off
that.
our feet.
I
But
hate
I'm
that so much.
definitely not picking that because I too hate it. And I'm riding the Orange Cassidy wave until someone credible takes the championship off him. So I'm going with Orange Cassidy. It looks like Chad did. It looks like Ronnie did. AO, what say you?
I'm going to go with Garcia, to be honest.
Golly, son of a bitch. Don't make me question my fucking pick.
I'm going to go with Garcia. Just because it could be very interesting if, like, say, first of all, Sabre Jr. is also a title holder, as is Shibata. Right? There are 3 champions in a 4-way match right now, but only one title is on the line. So
Yes.
there's so many different storylines that can come out of this shit.
You think this is where Orange Cassidy's going to lose it, bro?
Because he doesn't
don't-
get pinned. I thought that, but I'm just like, but Shibata's gonna take another L. Like, come on, yo, another
I don't-
pinfall.
Maybe it's not Shibata. Maybe it's Sabre. It could be Sabre
AO's
that
track
takes it.
record's not good, but it sounds like a
It's not. It's definitely not. That's a fact.
Yo,
But like,
that
just
sounds really
I ain't taking this
plausible,
guy's
bro.
word serious, man.
just think about the interesting things that could come out of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sticking with my pick. I'm sticking with my pick.
it's fucked up.
Got AO gonna explain it.
That
Keep
sold it for
going,
you,
man.
bro. I reminded you, and that just sold it for you.
Like, this guy isn't
Yo, you
even
know
the
what?
champ.
I'm changing my shit. I'm going with Orange Cassidy. Fuck y'all. niggas.
Nah, don't do it now. Nah,
I'm
Stand
going with
firm.
don't
Orange
be don't
Cassidy.
be
Yo,
influenced, my
Yo,
guy. Don't be
shouts out to
influenced.
Stand on
AO
your
for doing
hill,
the right
King.
thing. Yeah.
I'm going
Stand
with
on
Orange
your
Cassidy.
hill, King.
Orange
Come
Cassidy.
on, go against. Come on, go
Yo.
against Pocket. Go against
Yo.
Pocket. It's
Go
okay.
against.
Bruh,
Yo, that's fire, bro.
there
I
aren't too
applaud you
many
for that.
matches where anybody's really gonna, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna throw my shit away on this match.
Yo, I had a manager when I worked at Champ Sports that used to stand there and just point at a pile of shirts and be like, "Fold," and that's what AO did right there. He just
Now,
folded.
you know what? You know what? You
So-
know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. And I feel good about life. So fuck it. I'm gonna say Daniel Garcia.
Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna say Daniel Garcia.
You know what?
This
I hate the
man-
universe might actually have that
Yo.
happen. I hate that
Yo.
for us.
Pissed that happened
Listen,
too. But
That's a laminated list now. We got Daniel Garcia in there. Shouts out to him. I hope he wins for his sake. Shouts out to Buffalo. Anyone connected.
I ain't gonna lie though. I actually picked Garcia first. I thought about Garcia first based off the
Telling you,
storyline. but
Tony
I was
Khan's
like,
got something in store for us.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, yo. Orange Cassidy cannot lose the international championship after this long in a non-decisive manner, like in a four-way with guys who already have two of them already have titles. Like, come
Dog,
on,
but
yo.
think about it. Even if
Daniel Garcia,
even if
Swerve was right there knocking. If you was gonna switch the title, put it on Swerve. Now you gonna put it on
Even-
Danny Garcia's cold ass? Are you kidding me?
Daniel Garcia ain't cold. But the other
Danny
part
Garcia
is
just
like,
ripped his pants last night.
Yo, you heard
He just ripped his
AO, he
pants
said
I
on
it.
knew I
television.
wasn't bugging. I was like,
He just
yo,
ripped his pants on television. He's cooked. He's
Yeah,
about
it-
to be cooked if he loses.
not even.
I
Not
don't
even.
think he's gonna be.
The other
cooked.
part
He's-
is like if Orange
So you're
Cassidy,
telling me you got pants for his pockets?
even if Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy is the one that takes the pin, he's been getting his ass beat for 23, 25 weeks. He's
Nah,
coming
word.
out with more and more tape every week. So if he takes the pin in a four-way match, how does that not make sense?
And from last night when he took the
Too
belt
easy.
away from I think Shibata, he was a little frustrated. So that's why
That's
I
my
kind
guy
of
now, Shibata.
that's why I kind of made me go towards like Daniel Garcia. He's
Shouts
finally
to
going
Ciabatta
to
bread.
he's finally going to lose it.
Delicious.
But I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with pockets, man.
We gotta go.
I'm
If
going
Tony
Garcia.
Khan's gonna with the streaks, we go for a rounded number. He's not gonna stop it at 23 or 24. It's gonna he's got to go to an even 30. I feel like once we get to 29, I could feel like all right, he's gonna win 30, we'll lose at 31. But it's like
Remember now, this is one of the true first opportunities for this to be like a international match. So I
That is
don't
true.
see him losing it. I really don't. I think it's going to be Orange Cassidy now that I think about it. So I'm solidified on my pick there.
that
got
was
one
good
I'm
too.
going. I'm
That
going.
was
I'm going
good, too.
Garcia. I'm sticking with Garcia.
All right.
All right, bet.
Ayo, you want to take the next match? Because
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Let's make it happen.
We have the AEW Women's World Championship. Tony Storm is defending against the current New Japan Strong Women's Champion.
I'm really torn here.
Willow
Not even
Nightingale.
joking.
This is a tough one. But like I don't know. Like I think Tony Storm's reign like just started, and I also think about the type of. This is tough as fuck. Like I could see like
Not
if
for
this.
me. Not
I
for
could
me.
no. I could see. First of all, this was supposed to be the Mercedes match. Mercedes
Was it?
wasn't injured. She wins the strong title, and this is going to be the Mercedes match. And then, like, that would have been even harder. I think, like, I don't know, like, Willow is very on a roll and has a lot of momentum right now, but Tony Storm is a brand new champion still. You know what I'm saying? She's only had, like, one pay-per-view cycle, I believe. Did she win at the last pay-per-view, or did she defend? I don't even
A
know.
title's got to change hands this night, guys. It's got to. At least one.
I think
she
a
won.
title
Yeah, I
changes
agree.
hands.
I
She won
agree.
at the
Title
last
changes
pay-per-view,
hands, and unfortunately, I feel like it's the match we just talked about. Now that we look the rest of this
Yeah,
card,
I think it's the international title. But,
damn,
yeah, I think
I'm
I
not
mean,
changing my pick, bro.
I think it's the international title if a title changes hands. But yeah, like I think Tony Storm loses maybe in Wembley. I don't think she loses there.
I don't think so.
Hey, I agree with you. Is that Tony Storm
makes
just got
sense.
she just got the title. I don't see her losing it now.
She just got a rebrand. They're all badasses. Yeah, I don't know, yo.
But
Yo,
we
and
could get a
like right
funny
now,
finish.
I don't know how y'all feel, but like I like what they're doing now with the Outcast. Like I like them
Yeah,
right
same.
now.
Yeah,
Once
they
they
came
start,
around.
grew on me.
yeah, once they stop with the whole conversation about how we're the outsiders of AEW and blah blah blah, and they just get busy and they just
Yeah,
do
they coming
heel
around.
shit, I fuck with them right now. So
They
I don't know.
coming around.
They have too much momentum right now, and like even though Willow is the strong champion, that's not a storyline that was created in AEW. You know what I mean? So Tony still hasn't booked momentum for Willow, which is why I think Tony Storm wins this match.
I agree.
The
I
only
definitely agree
reason
there.
why it's not really a difficult decision for me now that I think about it and all that was just discussed is there really is no reason to make Willow champ right now. Like, yes, she does have some steam and she definitely is beloved by the fans, but I wouldn't say there's like so much going in momentum's, favor that would call for that right now. So, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's this match. I'm going to put my pick for Tony Storm final answer.
Word up.
Ditto.
She'll get over in defeat. It's
Yeah.
okay.
She's still super young.
Oh,
in
I
her
love
career
Willow.
as
She
well.
can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, Willow's is on her way
Or
up.
we get a funny finish. Don't get it confused. There is still room for a funny finish on something on this card. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's a few of these that could be funny. Distraction, somebody comes out,
Outcasts.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
DQ. There could be a DQ. This could be the DQ match.
Think
where
about
it's
this: like we haven't seen Soraya in 2-3 weeks. This
Yeah.
is
She
where she
pops
pops
up.
back up.
That pops the crowd.
Very
You know
possible.
what I'm saying? Stupid referee move.
Possible.
Who knows? Next up.
All right.
Next
So,
up.
Ron, if you want to read that, we got the
Yeah.
Owen Hart Cup for the women.
And we got Athena versus Billy Starks, and this will be on the pre-show.
Gotta be.
I picked Billy. At first, I picked Athena, but then I switched over to Billy Starks. I may change it before the pay-per-view. The reason I picked Billy Starks is because Athena, she already has the ROH belt, and she's doing something right now with Shorty and ROH with Kiera Hogan, and that's getting pretty nuts down there. So, but the thing is, pause.
On that one.
But
nuts down there was pretty wild, my boy.
yeah, no
Let's
nuts
go,
about
though.
it.
Let's go.
Well, but the thing, but I think the finish with the fin. I think,
Let's go though.
but I think Billy Stark may get the roll up pin, and then Athena's gonna beat her senseless, and she's gonna overreact as she usually does. So it's gonna
After
be
the match, you mean?
yeah, after the match, after the match, like it's gonna be.
I
that
fuck
type
with
of finish.
Athena heavy though. I feel
Right.
like
Yeah.
if we're calling this on like shoot fighting, Athena doesn't lose, yo.
Why? How did
But-
how did the Ring of Honor Women's Champion lose on a pre-show pay-per-view? Like at that point, I'm not
Yeah.
taking whatever she's doing at ROH even seriously.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
that.
gotta pick Athena here. There's no
You're
way I'm
cooked,
switching that.
Athena.
Yeah, it's Athena.
Yeah,
For me.
Athena's winning this match, and Athena is, if I'm looking at women's divisions across televised wrestling, she's number one for me. Period.
Yeah.
she's not losing. She's not losing this match.
And she's an all around cool person. If you ever checked her out, she's into some pretty cool nerdy shit like all of us are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
likable character.
Is she into the stuff that Rhea Ripley's into?
I'm not sure what's Rhea Ripley
What
into.
is really what you're really into?
Oh,
We have
all right.
one more match before we talk about our double main event. And I
guess that's-
believe
I guess
So I
that's
leave
a
the
off-
elephant in the room there.
That's an off air. I guess an off air convo. I
it
guess.
just
Right.
ain't nothing that I even want to. We have Adam Cole versus Filthy Tom Lawler. Speaking of filth, Filthy Tom Lawler. I have no idea when this match was made. This was on the Wikipedia. I don't know if that's a spoiler for Rampage. I don't know. I don't have no
Yes,
idea.
It is.
Yeah.
It is?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, sorry for those that are tuning in to Rampage, but Adam Cole versus Filthy Tom Lawler.
Yo, sorry for those that are tuning into Rampage. Man.
I'm watching Rampage, man.
That's highly disrespectful.
At least
That was
it's
crazy.
TKR.
That was
feel you.
crazy.
Listen, Rampage wasn't terrible last week. I'm gonna watch this.
Rampage has been dope.
Yeah.
Rampage has been dope. Yeah, it'll be a good match. This is Filthy Tom Lawler's first match.
AEW
in
match, right?
AEW, yeah.
Wow.
But nah, Adam Cole is in a storyline with the current world champion. So yeah, Adam Cole is winning this match.
Yo, so like you shake some guy's hand named Filthy Tom, right? and you don't know his name is Filthy Tom until after you shake his hand, what do?
I immediately wash my hand.
Yeah,
Word.
get some damn sanitizer.
No doubt.
A
I was just
ton of it.
checking. I just want to make sure we were all on the same page there.
Hand
Rough one.
sanitizer.
Anyway,
Rough one. I'll reach into my wife's bag because she got the sanitizer.
so who's everybody got for that match? Do we all have Adam Cole?
You know it's all about the boom. Pause.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord.
Yo,
I got
real
Cole.
deep trauma therapy.
I got Cole. I forgot what Tom Lawler even looked like, so I'm
Nah,
picking
Tom
him.
Lawler was popping in MLW and he's been popping in New Japan
Yeah.
Strong. So.
I do.
You haven't been watching New Japan Strong, but he's been killing
Yeah,
it.
I haven't.
Yeah, he's
This
been
guy
killing it. in
Ron
New
said
Japan
he's
Strong.
just a creative character for me.
I'm-
He's just
I'm
a white
just
man.
saying.
White man around it.
Dude, while we in pre-pro, I was like, yo, I forgot what this man looked like. So I had to go and Google him.
He looks
I was,
he looks
I ain't
filthy.
been watching New Japan Week. I ain't been watching New Japan Strong.
Yeah, New
I ain't
Japan
been watching
Strong.
no New Japan. I'll tell you that. It's
Yo,
my fault
me
for not having
having this title as we get into the talk about the match is actually, I find it funny because it's like AO is the resident New Japan guy, and I'm like the FTR when they had the AAA championships. It's like, what are these white guys doing with the Mexican belt? What the fuck is what is this? It's like, why does this guy have the New Japan belt?
It's like when they have a white guy playing Obama in a biopic.
That's crazy.
that's
Yo,
insane.
what fucking Will
Yeah,
Ferrell?
yeah, waves though.
Will
yeah,
Ferrell
waves.
as Barack Obama.
That was horrendous.
But yeah, waves though.
Word up.
So
All right, we have two more matches, and these are the big
terrible.
ones. Pause. We have the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, which is the title that is over the current RSC TV non-defending champion's shoulder. Kenny Omega defending against Will Ospreay. This is the first edition of this match is my current and still match of the year so far of 2023. They killed it at Wrestle Kingdom, January 4th. I think Will Ospreay gets his win back to set up the rubber match in Wembley. But Will Ospreay will be the winner and the new U.S. champ.
I third that, as it looks like Chad also picked that.
Yeah, I'm going Osprey. Yeah, definitely Osprey for sure. I think it's it actually. You know what though? I give my reasonings as to why I wouldn't take Osprey, although I am taking Osprey, is because when you look at Okada Danielson, you know Danielson ain't winning that, and you figure Osprey wins this. That's 2 New Japan wins.
Can I ask
for
why
the
you think
major
Danielson's not going to win that?
It's Okada, and it's the
It's
New Japan. Yeah, heavyweight
They
championship.
got to get
That's
something.
not happening.
You're right.
Okada didn't just win that belt to lose that belt.
Right.
Danielson after like 3 weeks of build. Going to be an amazing match. Going to
there's no
be
title.
probably.
There's no title.
There's no
for it.
title.
Nah, that's just
Nah,
straight
Oh,
up.
Oh, it's not even
singles
title's
match.
not even on the line.
Nah, there's no title for that match.
Title's not on the line.
Oh, this is just a singles match.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
just
why
like
I had Danielson.
yeah, this is just GOAT versus GOAT for the sake of who's better. There's no title.
So all right. I'm jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead. Osprey wins and he takes the belt from Omega because Omega doesn't really need it. He hasn't really been doing anything, and he's got so much going on the AEW side that you guys can take the title off Osprey, take the title off Omega, put it on Osprey, let him go crazy for the summer, and then run it back for the trilogy.
And even bring Don Callis into it and make him something having to do with it just to make
Bro,
it dirty. For
I
no
mean, we
reason.
saw that. We saw that Osprey was cutting a promo in the parking lot yesterday on Dynamite, and Don Callis comes out and says, "Yo, I got you on security." You know what I mean? So we'll see. Like there's some involvement there. Takeshita, even though he's in a
The
match, is
Aussie
still
Open.
around.
Know that. It's the Aussie Open, baby. Gang.
United Empire shit.
Word.
Yeah, I'm also going with Will Ospreay for this.
Word.
The Billy Goat.
One
more match. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
Well, my pick was based off a coin flip.
Oh, you got
honestly.
Omega.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Pardon me.
This is one of the tough ones. I just flipped the coin, to be honest. I may change it because I didn't see the last match. I don't know the complete history with.
Dog, you haven't
both
seen
of
that
them.
match?
That match was rocking.
No, actually,
Crazy.
no, I did see that, but I don't remember
Party.
things that happened in between. I think I did see that match, but I was like, I couldn't call it, so I may change it to Osprey.
The basic story behind this feud right now is Ospreay is like the heir apparent to Kenny Omega as the ace of New Japan, like being the motherfucker. I mean, obviously Okada's still the guy,
now I
right?
remember.
But they
Okay.
had a
Word,
match,
word.
and Omega's whole thing was like, yo, everybody's been comparing you to me until we get in the ring. You're not beating me. And then he not only did he beat his ass, like he bloodied him up, he talked his shit, but it was pretty much like a pretty back and forth match until the last couple of minutes, and then it became dominant. And Ospreay's thing is, you embarrassed me. Not only did you beat me, but you embarrassed me. Now I'm out for revenge in front of your home country, your people. You know what I'm saying? So I want the belt, but the belt is secondary to the fact that I want to bust your ass. So that's pretty much what this is about. You know what
See,
I mean?
I remember the heir apparent. The heir apparent. So now you had to bring it back for me. Yeah. So now I remember now. So, in that case, then I'm probably just gonna change it to Ospreay.
Ospreay.
Yeah.
All right, we got Ospreay across the board. One more match. I'll run it through. We have what's going to be, I believe, the main event, dream match. Picking up a little bit of traction across social media and my commentary about this. The story is very motherfucking simple. We have one person who can lay claim to being the best ever, the best to ever do it in Bryan Danielson, and another person that is obviously in the conversation, but definitely one of the best right now. Legendary career already, still in his prime, and that's Okada. And it was a call out. I basically just want to see if you think you're better than me, come prove it. It was Bryan Danielson calling out Kazuchika Okada for a match. No title on the line. It's just strictly for bragging rights. But when dream match as a term gets thrown around, sometimes it's thrown around a little bit too much. But this is a dream match. This is big shit. You're never going to see a rematch here. This is a one and done. I'm going to go with Okada. If I'm just speaking about kayfabe, I'm going with Okada because Bryan Danielson has literally had 2 matches this year. One of them was a loss in an Iron Man match to MJF, and the other one wasn't a proper singles match. It was the fucking crowd match, whatever, with BCC versus the Elite.
He didn't wait, what about all the gauntlet matches that led up to MJF? That was all last year?
That was all last year.
I'm sure he had the match.
No, maybe even if, let's just say, I don't remember, but his last, I think they're both 4-1. Pardon me. I think that's what I said. In their last 5 singles matches, they're both 4-1, but Okada's been a lot more active. Bryan hasn't. Bryan, since he lost that,
he's
Iron
on
Man
commentary.
match,
He's talking.
he's on commentary. He's only had that match at the pay-per-view with BCC versus the Elite. Versus Okada, he's getting busy every week. And even though there's a lot of tag team matches, he's still active and he's busting people's ass. So in kayfabe, I'm going to say that the only reason that Okada wins this match is because he's still active. And there's some ring rust as far as Bryan Danielson goes. But the real reason, who fuck knows? Like, Bryan Danielson he's come back to wrestle, and he's coming to AEW to wrestle because he wants to have dream matches and have matches against people that he hasn't been able to wrestle before. It ain't about winning titles because he would have had the title by now. You know what I mean? So I'm going with Okada for the win.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Looks like everybody's got Okada. I don't know what I'm going to do here.
Okada's safe, and he's the champ already. So it's like the champ taking a pinfall loss. I don't see that happening, even with the title not being on the line. And Danielson is always happy to take a loss as long as the match comes out picture perfect, 5 stars. He can get some big acclaim for it. That he's just going to humbly just shrug off like, yeah. See you guys next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'll switch to Okada on this one.
Yeah,
I know it's a little last minute, but anyone have the main results from last year's Forbidden Door? Like the main event matches that mattered? Maybe not all.
I can look it up.
Because I think that would help shape my final predictions. Like if I saw what the main matches were last year and the results.
All right, last year there were more matches.
Who mattered from this card that was on last year?
There were 13 matches last year. Let's go through real quick. There was Bishiman, which is a tag team, Goto and Yoshihashi against that. Doesn't matter. Lance Archer beat Nick Camarada. Doesn't matter. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland were a tag team. They beat El Desperado and Kanemaru, Suzuki Gun, Max Caster and the Gun Club. Max Caster, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn were a tag team. Anthony Bones was injured. All right, they beat some LA Dojo dudes. Minoru Suzuki and Les Sex Gods. They teamed last year against Eddie Kingston, Shota, and Wheeler Yuta. FTR beat United Empire, Great O'Connor, and Jeff Cobb, and Roppongi Vice. Pac had a match. He beat Clark Connors, Miro, and Malachi Black. Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi beat the Bullet Club. That was El Phantasmo, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson.
So it definitely won't be Shingo Takagi
Thunder Rosa beat Tony Storm.
this year. I mean, like it won't be Shingo Takagi again.
For what?
Or could it be for this year
For what?
as the mystery partner?
Nah, I think it's Naito. Because I think the giveaway was that you've had a lot of problems with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it has to be somebody that that Jericho has had like a notable feud with. I think it's got to be Naito.
I'm with it.
Yeah, it's got to be Naito. Claudio Castagnoli debuted last year.
I remember against Zack
That was
Sabre.
the Zack Sabre match.
Did he win or lose?
Claudio won.
He won. So Zack Sabre could be 0-2 at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
That's something to raise an eyebrow at.
Jay White beat Hangman Page, Okada, and Adam Cole, and then Mox beat Tanahashi.
This card this year smokes this whole entire card. Like just puts it in a.
Last year was snake bit. Last year was snake bit because there was some injuries. Like Bryan was injured, Punk was injured. There were some big injuries, and then like they just seemed like they were scrambling. And this year they've at least had some time to announce and build some things. So looking forward to it, gents.
All right, I got the 5-point stipulation. If anyone was interested,
lay it on us. Pause.
Name your match, but which match sees outside interference?
Fuck.
I got mine. Women's match.
Somebody write this down because I can't write it down live on the screen.
I got it.
Women's
What match sees outside interference?
Yeah, the women's match.
You said which match sees outside interference?
Yeah,
it can only be one. We can't pick two, right?
Yeah, just one.
I'm torn. I am torn. Damn. Torn. Somebody go first.
Omega Ospreay.
Safe
pick. I'm looking it up and down right now just to see what we got.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Shit.
Anything Jericho's in has a propensity to be fuckery.
That's got to be a given. This might be a layup. We all might get 5 points, honestly.
That would be dope.
Yeah, it would be between the women's match and the match with Jericho. Yeah, so I can't see. Tony Storm versus Will Nightingale. I see interference in that. Not that women's match.
Yeah, we could. Hey, so we could. If this was roulette, some of us might have red, some of us might have black, and we all might hit here, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta.
Let me put it in.
I got two. I got my two. It's either going to be the women's match or the main event.
Okay.
That's what I'm torn between.
And just to clarify, I don't mean that a contestant cheats. I mean that a non-contestant.
Somebody comes in,
cheats.
right?
Yeah.
Like interference from outside. Yeah.
If Jay White was on the card, I'd have definitely been like, yeah, it's definitely the Jay White match. If Ricky Starks and Jay White were on the card, it would have easily been one of their matches for me. Yeah, I'm going to go with the main event. There's going to be an outside interference in the main event of Okada Danielson.
Okay. I'm going to go with... I don't know right now. Damn. I'm torn between Jericho and Omega Ospreay. I'm going to go with Omega Ospreay.
Okay.
I may go with Tony Storm versus
Willow
Nightingale.
Okay.
I feel like I can.
Ayo, did you choose?
Yeah, I got the same pick.
Omega Ospreay.
Yeah, I got the same pick.
I didn't realize.
All right, so it's going to be a scramble for them 5 points.
Well, wait, who'd you pick, Chad?
I got the main event. I got Danielson Okada.
And then you have Ron?
Tony Storm versus Will Nightingale.
AO has Omega and Ospreay. Then you know what? Fuck that. I'm choosing a different one so we could all have a different pick and it's an even playing field. I'm not going to win off piggybacking off nobody's pick.
There's only really one that we mentioned, but you ain't mention it because that's the only other option that would be that's to lay up 5 points.
I'll take the could be MJF, but MJF's just gonna cheat himself. I don't think anybody would be able to.
Chad, who you said Ospreay versus
No, Okada
Nah,
Danielson.
I'm doing Okada Danielson
okay.
interference in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Appreciators match.
Yeah, man, it's the most obvious one besides all the other ones we picked.
So the Jericho Appreciation match, 6-man tag.
And your title is coming to me this time next week.
I would say this is a very fair shot for all of us to win because
that's a fact.
Fucking crazy.
That's offending.
But we can stop sharing this awful screen. We got our picks in, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for all of us for making that happen because that was a little difficult. I have a headache now.
Nah, we here. We can wrap it up, man. We got it done tonight, fellas. Good timing.
Yeah, we covered it. I mean, I think we could do an exit survey if you want. So that was the ECW topic. If you want to run that, Chad.
Yes. Before we get to the exit survey, I just want to shout out the Black Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah, every year, they shouted us out too.
Yeah, every year. This is the 5th year. They do what's called the BRP 50, which is the top 50 black wrestlers for the past year. Year over year, they drop on Juneteenth. And then they announce, every day they do, 10 or 20 at a time. I believe the top 3 this year were, number 1 was Bianca Belair, 2 was Bobby Lashley. I forget who number 3 was, but just shouts to them because the fact, there's a lot of names a lot of times that people aren't necessarily familiar with. Like, we sponsored Jay Bougie, for instance, this past year. Jay Bougie's been on that list, I think, a couple of times. No, excuse me, he's number 50 this year. I think he's number 50 this year, so peace to him.
Jay Bougie.
Yeah, but just in general, there's a lot of names a lot of times that people aren't necessarily familiar with, and lists like these highlight people that you should be paying attention to. So just peace to everybody over there at Black Wrestling. Check out the BRP 50. Love to them.
Salute to them.
Let's get out of here, man.
Exit survey time.
Let's go.
Everyone, name your 4 pillars of ECW. Right answers only. Right answers only.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the human suplex machine, Taz.
You doing one apiece?
One apiece.
One apiece? All right, so you got Taz. I am unironically going to go with Tommy Dreamer.
Okay.
I love
He is absolutely a pillar.
Bug's favorite.
Y'all can never make me hate Tommy Dreamer. I love Tommy Dreamer.
Bug's favorite.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with Rob Van Dam.
Mr. Monday Night.
Yes, sir.
You cannot spell ECW without Paul Heyman, so I'm just picking Paul Heyman, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, doesn't get any
the pillar
than that.
That's the pillar right there. It's the pillar and the post.
Hey,
pause.
Listen, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here because we are. And who's weird enough to hang out after we leave? So if you guys want to stay here on our channel while we're not here, that's perfectly fine. There's a different site for people like you. And it's not this one, and that's okay. But we do want to let you know we appreciate you being here while we are here. And if you did want to check out my room while I'm not here, I'm calling the cops. I'm a civilian. I'm going to call the police on you. It's very simple. All right. Anyway.
For that bread and butter, yeah.
It's a wonderful evening to end the podcast because it was a wonderful evening to have it. And
it's offending. My guys, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Ringside Club. You almighty. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody.
Wrestling is not putting you to sleep every night. There's something wrong with you. Let's go.
Word up. 41 of them things. Ringside Club.
Champ out.
Outta here.